Well, it may be safe to say that pretty much everybody likes beer, but there are some folks who take their beer love a bit further, like collecting everything beer related. And that's where tomorrow's Buckeye Beer Collectible Show comes in. Don Monroe and Danielle Stahl have the invitation. Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you.
So you guys had to take last year off because of the pandemic, so you're excited to be back again this year.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So tell me a little bit about this show and what people can expect when they come out.
Well, it's a great show and sale, and we appreciate you helping us promote it because we're encouraging people to get those items out of the attic, knock the dust off, bring it to the show tomorrow, and turn it into cash.
Hey, you can make some money, yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a beautiful coat here. 3 years ago, after a lady saw your promo, and her dad had worked at Buckeye, and her husband brought it to show, and now I own it. So, yeah, it's a great way to expand our collections. Mostly, it's just a great history of Toledo. During the turn of the century, it was the largest industry in Toledo. More people worked in the brewing industry in Toledo than any other line of work. So it's
there's
our
a lot of history. Yeah, a lot of history there. And I know that I still drink Buckeye beer pretty regularly. And, you know, we've got so many breweries around the area, too. Danielle, we want to make sure that we get the women involved in this.
Yes, we started just a couple years ago, and we're trying to recruit them more now. The women are now the Buckettes, and we have the Buckeyes for the guys. So we're encouraging the wives to start joining with the husbands.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. And you know, when you go to these shows, like, we're looking at some incredible pieces of history here, really. Don, talk a little bit about, you talked about the jacket that you got, but there's all these old cans and all these finds. What exactly will we be taking with us at the show?
Well, anything related to the brewing industry will be there. Cans, bottles, trays, and many of the objects are better than 100 years old. If you see a tray there, more than likely it's pre-Prohibition, so before 1919. And those are great to run across. You don't run across them often, but there's some unusual things. A deck of cards from about the 1920s that says Buckeye Beer. The little miniature beer can lighter that promotes WTOL.
We like
radio
that.
Sport. Yeah, so that's a great piece. Mm-hmm. This is it here, promoting WTOL.
Look at that.
Radio.
Very good. Very good.
So a lot of other businesses. The slogan, "You will do better in Toledo," happened in 1913. You folks did a 100th anniversary program on it, 2013. So I'm going to look and see if that has a connection to the brewing industry, because that's when it was so very big here. Interesting facts. You'll learn that the church key didn't get invented till 1935 because there was no beer in cans till then. So just a lot of interesting facts. They had to make bottles in two pieces. They didn't have equipment to do a single mold. So it's just a fascinating history. And I'll tell you what, it sure was great. My son started Mark when he was 9 years old, and we ended up spending a lot more time together than most fathers and sons. So it's a great family thing.
Yeah, and Danielle, as you mentioned, you know, getting the wives involved too. So tell us when and where this show is happening.
The show is tomorrow at the UAW Hall on Jackman Road from 9 to 2. A $3 fee to enter.
And that's it. Come on out. Bring your finds, as you mentioned, dust them off out of the attic. Come out and have a good time. Folks, thank you so much for joining us this morning.